Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. This week, we are going through the This Week in AI newsletter from December 22nd, and wow, it's pretty wild. We've got robots becoming more and more human-like, AI absolutely crushing it in coding competitions, and even Pixar, Pixar,
Mhm.
getting into the world of AI 3D creation.
Yeah, what really strikes me is the sheer variety of AI applications we're seeing now. I mean, it's not just solving complex problems like, coding challenges, but we're seeing it being used to push creative boundaries, things like, generating entire 4D worlds. It really shows how much AI is influencing pretty much every aspect of our lives these days.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of coding, I was reading about OpenAI's new model, O3, and this thing is reaching some seriously impressive rankings on code forces. Like, we're
Yeah.
talking top-tier human competitive programmers, right?
Right. O3 isn't just, spitting out code, it's actually strategizing, optimizing like a seasoned developer. It kind of makes you wonder, what does this mean for the future of software development? Like, is this a sign that AI is going to take over completely, or will it become like a super powerful tool that we can use to enhance our own abilities?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? AI as a collaborator or a competitor. I mean, and this kind of leads us to another exciting development, the Apollo robot from Aptronic, which, by the way, you included in the stack this week. They've teamed up with Google DeepMind, and now this robot is getting a serious AI upgrade.
Yeah, this one really caught my eye because Apollo is specifically designed to work with humans. It's not about replacing jobs. It's about making those tough, dangerous jobs safer and maybe even a little bit easier. Like imagine it working alongside us in construction, handling really heavy lifting or even assisting the elderly.
Yeah, I can definitely see the potential there. And it makes you wonder what other fields could benefit from that kind of AI-powered assistance. And speaking of assistance, we can't ignore the news about OpenAI's O1 preview model, which is apparently outperforming doctors in some pretty complex medical reasoning tasks.
Yeah, this is a big one. We're talking about tasks like analyzing medical images, interpreting lab results, and even making complex diagnoses. So, does this mean we'll soon have Dr. Algorithm making all our medical decisions? Probably not. But it does show how AI can be used to assist healthcare professionals and potentially make diagnoses more accurate.
Right, right. And speaking of AI lending a helping hand, Google has released a new AI assistant for cars called Jules, I believe.
Yeah, Jules is pretty cool. What's really interesting is how seamlessly it integrates with GitHub. It can analyze your code, give suggestions for improvements, and even take care of those tedious, repetitive tasks that every developer hates.
So basically, it's like having a super smart coding buddy right there with you. And it's not the only AI coding assistant out there. GitHub Copilot, which is another incredibly powerful tool, is now free for everyone to use.
Yeah, it's amazing how accessible these tools are becoming. And again, it brings up that question, are these tools going to make human coders obsolete, or will they free us up to focus on the more creative, strategic parts of development?
Absolutely. I think that's a debate that's going to continue for a while. Now, let's shift gears a bit from these, practical tools to something a little more mind-blowing. There's this new AI from Base Labs that lets you train character models super quickly, like in minutes, and then animate them using tools like Runway and Luma.
Yeah, and then you've got Genesis AI, which can create entire 4D worlds just from text prompts. It's like straight out of a science fiction novel.
It really is. It's incredible to see the creative potential of AI being unlocked like this. And remember those AI-generated podcasters we talked about before? Well, ByteDance has developed something called INFP, which can create podcasters that sound even more human. Like, they can even stutter realistically.
Pretty soon they might just replace us. But,
Hmm.
all jokes aside, it really shows how far AI has come in mimicking human expression and interaction.
Yeah, no kidding. And speaking of impressive things, Ed Catmull, the co-founder of Pixar, has joined Odyssey's board.
Hmm.
Now, Odyssey is working on some seriously groundbreaking technology that can create 3D worlds from photos. Like, imagine taking a picture and then stepping into that picture as a 3D world.
Yeah, and think about the implications beyond entertainment, right? We're talking architecture, education, even healthcare. Imagine being able to design your dream home in 3D, or creating interactive museum exhibits, or even building personalized virtual reality therapies. It's like it could make 3D content creation accessible to everyone.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, let's quickly go through some of the product news that caught our eye. OpenAI Plus users are getting free access to Sora during the holidays. Sora is a game changer when it comes to creating videos using AI.
And for those who are more into still images, Google has released a tool called Whisk, I think it is. You can use it to blend images and styles using text prompts, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. And lastly, but definitely not least, ChatGPT has gotten a major upgrade. You can now access your webcam and screen share, which makes conversations a lot more dynamic.
It's like ChatGPT is stepping out of the text box and into the real world, right? So many possibilities there.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up, I think the big takeaway here is that AI is evolving incredibly fast, and it's impacting every aspect of our lives, from the way we work to the way we create, and even the way we interact with each other.
Yeah, the integration of AI into our lives is only going to accelerate from here on out, and it's presenting us with some incredible opportunities, but also some really important questions that we need to consider.
Absolutely. And on that note, we'll leave you with this thought. With all these advancements happening so rapidly, what does the future hold for AI? We'll be back next week to explore more of the fascinating world of artificial intelligence, but until then, stay curious.